Well, welcome everyone to the August 6th roundtable and appreciate you guys. I know you have other things you could be doing, especially this time of year. So we're going to respect your time and get after it and get going and start with the show. Chelsea, can you see the slides?
Yes, sir.
Let's roll. Well, this is our professional roundtable for August 6th, 2026. And we actually skipped last month because we had the live roundtable at the summer conference. We appreciate all you guys being there. This is the seventh season of the roundtable. If you're new to this, then this started out as just a COVID update, and our members really enjoyed getting a chance to get on here and talk about the challenges they have and get some solutions and share best practices with each other. So we're excited for our seventh round of this and looking forward to it. New season, same mission. That's what it says. If you've been on here before, you know that we post these to Zoom. So if you wish for your picture to not be viewed on social media, you can participate with your video off. Otherwise, you participating be served as notice that we will post this on social media platforms, primarily the YouTube. Happy August, everyone, says one of the little yellow things that's on a new movie that's out. Uh, for a trivia for you guys guessing, that is called a minion, for those of you that didn't know. And the minions wish you happy August. Sheldon says there is back to school in there. And of course, he sprays everything with disinfectant. So he wants to get that. I sympathize with this young lady because she says back in my day, we started school in September. And I sure remember that. Most of the schools have at least started in service around here. And I can't even imagine starting school in the middle of August back as a student or as a kid, but they do. And that's where we're at. And this little girl, I think, says it all. She is a meme making machine if you ever look at those. And she has this look on her face and she says, when another teacher tells me they're so ready to go back to school, that is exactly the look I would expect. And of course, you have parents that are sending their kids e-cards, and this is my favorite one. When the mom tells the little boy, she seems really sad. She says, "Of course, I'm sad you're going back to school because I have to stay home alone where it's quiet and I can do whatever I want." Poor mom, she's going to miss the little tact. Uh, on this day, August 6th, in 1911, Lucille Ball was born, of course, from I Love Lucy. Uh, they also ran Desilu's studio. And for you all you Star Trek fans out there, you know that Lucille Ball and Desilu also hosted Star Trek. For you Spurs fans over in the San Antonio area, Lieutenant David Robinson was born on this day in 1965. And of course, he was an all-star basketball player for the Spurs for many years. And in 1881, Sir Alexander Fleming um, was born, and he actually earned the Nobel Prize for creating penicillin. I know a lot of you guys used that before. So thank you, Sir Alexander Fleming. On this day in 2012, NASA landed the Curiosity rover on the surface of Mars. And of course, it's still up there looking around, and you can go on YouTube and actually see actual live video of the um, footage on Mars that the rover Curiosity takes. Very interesting planet. We appreciate you guys taking the time. These roundtables are all about working together. You have 100 things you could be doing right now, but you're taking the time to share with members, and we couldn't appreciate you more. As always, we want to thank you to our board of directors. Paul Boff was the outgoing president. Dr. Melissa Everett will be the incoming president, and she will take over the reins already, but you'll see her at the winter conference in San Antonio. Always a big thank you to the area presidents. We just met with those guys at 1:30. The job that they do, my line here is that it's like being a little league coach. It's like taking on an extra job. And so your leadership in the area is important. And Chelsea, look at the A number 8 there. We have a
That's
area
on
eight,
me. My
area,
bad. Sorry,
area,
Matthew.
area eight spells their area wrong. They spell it aura. Maybe they pronounce it differently. Big thank you to the guys that did the pre-conferences for small and rural, level two, the counselors, Miriam and Jason, level one, Brooke, Mindy, Candace, Paul, all you guys, Dr. Tamplin, Kelly Henderson, Rachel and Heather, Stephanie and Katie, all of you guys that participated and helped as trainers at the pre-cons. Couldn't do it without you. The pre-cons are always one of the highlights of our sessions because the amount of information that you get in one day is mesmerizing. And we appreciate all the pre-con trainers. And also, if you were one of the pre-con presenters, if you were one of the breakout presenters doing one of the 45-minute sessions, the conference is make or break based on the quality of the breakout sessions. And I've had more than 10 people tell me that this was one of the best conferences they'd ever been to. So the breakout sessions were second to none. We appreciate all you guys. At the legislative update, um, at the live um, roundtable, we gave a legislative update, but basically what that did was talked about our policy agenda and the priorities that CTAT has set forth with the legislative task force. And we also talked a little bit about the CTSO sponsor advisor stipends. All this is stuff that we've already released. But if you have any questions about the policy agenda, the advocacy priorities by CTAT, or the CTSO stipend, sponsor advisor stipends, let us know and we can get you that information. Big thank you to um, uh, Rob Cannon and the folks at Lumen and Grit, all those folks doing the AV and the logistics. We couldn't do it without them. Also, a big thank you to Dusty and Mark and all the team there at ICV for making our conference memorable and being the title sponsor. And also, ICV has always helped with the conference or sponsored the conference social. We were at Second Rodeo Trail, that was the name of the place.
Yes, sir. It was a good time.
Yeah, it's a good time. And as always, we have some actual photographs from the conference social for those of you that missed it. You can see there that it was decorated very beautiful, and you can see the people just really had a good time. I think we had free tea and barbecue. It was very good. Uh, just all the sharing that went on and the networking. We did have one little issue. The area two people in Dallas and Fort Worth that got together and went and watched some of the FIFA matches for soccer, and they came to the social in a bad mood. They got all rowdy, even destroyed some furniture. But we appreciate their passion for soccer, but maybe next time we'll ask those area two folks to leave that at the deal. But all in all, the conference social was a big hit, a great networking opportunity, and we appreciate everyone being there. You can follow up. February 8th through the 10th, we will be back in San Antonio at the Grand Hyatt, and I cannot wait. It's going to be a good one, and we're looking forward to that even right now. And also, we will be having in June our forensic science, law, and public service. So tell your law teachers and your forensics teachers to put June on the calendar because we're looking forward to that. Regional trainings have been scheduled. We will do campus CTE coach. If you have a teacher that wants to be a leader in the district, I don't think there's a better training they could to go to than campus CTE coach. We believe that a new teacher, a teacher with less experience, the place they're most likely to turn to is a teacher down the hall. And that's where campus CTE coach training comes in. We're going to give them the skills and the FAQ that they can use to help those new teachers out. So we're going to be in Kamal. Thank you, Renee. Um, uh, on October 6th. Then on October 7th, we're going to Waco. Mr. Stewart has landed us a facility there. Appreciate that. We will be running concurrently CTE New Teacher Academy. If you have a new teacher that's coming in on DOI and you want them to get survival skills, and I mean survival skills, this is the stuff that they have to know to be successful, then we'd love to have them at the New Teacher Academy. We'll be sending out a ton of information. In Spring Branch, ISD at their new CTE facility. They're going to be hosting campus plus CTE administrator training. And that's where you can go with your campus administrator, and everybody can hear the same thing at the same time. And that'll help you guys work better as a team together. Whether you have one high school or 10 high schools, the campus um, administrators and the CTE admin need to be on the same team. And also, we have confirmed the dates for the CTAT plus TASBO, CTE plus PEAMS plus finance training. That will be in Beaumont at ESC 5 on Wednesday, October 22nd. And so that's a done deal. And we are looking forward to that. Looking forward to going to Beaumont and having them host. And of course, that'll be accessible for South Texas folks, East Texas folks. We're really looking forward to it. Appreciate Miss Hatton and Stacy Hughes for making that possible and working with CTAT and TASBO. We have year-round programming. Of course, the roundtable, what we do now, we will be sending out a ton of emails on Next Gen. The Next Gen session will start the third Thursday in September and run through May. And if you're a new CT administrator, have less than 5 years experience, this is a great place to network and to kind of do some deep dives on some topics. I don't know what it is, but the Next Gen, the folks that are in the Next Gen group turn out to be the leaders in CTAT. And it's just been one of our most successful things. And we're looking forward to that group, that new cohort. Leadership CTAT starts in January. And if you've been in the business for over 5 years and you want to behind the scenes look at CTAT, or you want to be a leadership role in your area or at the state level, then leadership CTAT, you're going to want to take a part in that. You can do anything that CTAT has to offer by going to ctat.org and clicking the event page. When you hold your cursor over there and it gives you the finger, you just click on it and it'll go to all the stuff. Typically right now, Robin would give us the roundup, talk a little bit about CTAT, but we're going to skip that section because Robin is in Europe right now, and she sent us this photograph. She is actually hiking, and that's not the outlook back, but it is somewhere in Europe, and I'm sure they're singing and yodeling. So, Robin, it looks like you and your family are out there having a great time. We wish you all the best. Now it's time to move in for the updates, and I know that you always like to keep updating. If you were at conference, then you learned that Chelsea's dog Jasbo and Angie's dog Brutus were on the beach having a great time, and for one time only, even my cat Carmen Electra joined in. So all of our pets are doing well. And Chelsea, we look forward to your updates. Take it away.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Jasper says hello. Um, Everyone, I wanted to look at that handsome boy that looks nothing like mine. Okay, here we go. Let's dig into understanding that the CTAT CTE District of Distinction application is open. We had a little bit of a website review on Friday, so some of our folks couldn't access it. It's totally accessible. If you have any issues with that, let myself know, and we will get you some technical assistance on that. But all applications must be submitted by September 15th, which sounds still like it's a month away, but really it feels like it's tomorrow. So please begin working on that at your earliest convenience, because the rubric is there to support you. You can utilize some of your responses or information from previous years, but other responses and information is new. So review that, look over it. If you have any questions, reach out to Mark or myself. And we will be in connection with you to support. We can't wait to see all of our three-peat returning champions. Maybe it's your second time, or maybe it's your very first time. And we look forward to honoring those District of Distinction designations at Winter Conference. If your CTE program is due for a checkup, Mark and I will hit the road. We will come to you. Please reach out and schedule us, even if you just want to get on the books for a specific month. We can provide some dates that we have allocated, but our calendars are filling up very quickly. So we want to be able to support you. This is a great use of Perkins funds. So if there is anything that we can do to support you in your programming, reviewing your programming, we would love to do so. Please reach out. There have been some State Board of Education and Commissioner rule updates. As always, we include these whenever applicable in our chat, as well as in Connect Open Forum. But the State Board of Education and TEA continue to implement legislation from the 89th Texas Legislature through rulemaking. Several recently adopted and proposed rules shall affect district operations, graduation planning, and instructional programming. So we want to encourage you to stay informed as these changes take effect. So some of the most recent ones, they're graduation requirements that have been updated. So effective August 1st, effective last week, the SBOE has adopted amendments to 19 Texas Administrative Code Chapter 74, Subchapter B. So it would be pertinent for you to go in and review those yourself with your counseling team, with any pertinent stakeholder, so that way you can form your plan to support your graduating seniors. There are updates to requirements related to House Bill 27 as well as Senate Bill 2314. Again, all of this information can be found delayed in our chat, but if you're not accessing the actual State Board of Education rule adoption, Commissioner of Education updates in real time, I highly, highly recommend that you get on TEA and sign up for that news blast. It's worth it. It comes typically every Friday, and it keeps you informed. The CCMR Tracker Part 2 is now available. Make sure that you're reviewing your data before accountability season. We know that we've had some hardship with new PEMS rollouts and things like that. So we want to stay on top of our data, utilize our resources, platforms, things like that. And then that way nothing surprises us. And when deadlines arise, we can meet them. This is a great reminder for all of us to download accountability reports before August 11th. So to prepare for the new release of accountability information, TEA is going to be removing several existing reports from TEAL in the accountability application on August 11th. So set a reminder on your calendar to go in and retrieve the following reports, including campus pairing, TELPOS, student demographic, et cetera, et cetera. That's not to say that they won't be refreshed in the future, but if you are wanting to review current data, or if you have to report on current data, you're going to want these reports to support you. There's a great featured online course called Preparing Students for AI-Driven Workplaces. Many of you are deep in the weeds of professional development. Welcome back. Happy New Year with your teachers and soon to be your students, if not today with your students. If you are looking for continuous professional education that your teachers can do, or your coordinators can do, or you can do at your convenience, at your own self-pace, check out the CTAT Online Learning Center. It's on our website and it's available for you should you need. I'm going to kick it over to Mark, who's going to review the wonderful TEA CTE update that we received from Marset Kilgore. And Mark, back over to you.
Well, thank you, Chelsea. A lot of good updates there. I just wanted to mention that we appreciate that Marset came, and every year she does a TEA update. She talked about all the different things. She talks about JROTC, the new grant that will support the educator pipeline that Erica has championed through, and she's kind of leading that charge. She talks about the IBC reporting timelines and that programs of study and even the curriculum lectures are going through a refresh, which aligns with the national guidelines. So thank you, Marset. Lots of good stuff in the TEA update. Vision 2026. The ACT National Conference will be in New Orleans, December 2nd through the 5th. For those of you that make it, we're looking forward to seeing you there. This is the 100th year of ACTE, so I'm sure it'll be something mind-blowing that they have in store there. Also, we want to congratulate the CTE in the news. Pearland ISD was highlighted in the news for their college and career and military readiness goals and the processes that they have in place. So congratulations to Pearland ISD for a great news story in the Houston Chronicle. And we know that you guys work hard and we appreciate all you do. Again, one last time, big thank you to the guys that were presenters, both the pre-cons and the breakout sessions. That's what makes that's the engine that drives the conference, the breakout sessions. And we couldn't appreciate you more. And we look forward to the winter sessions. So now we are going to shift over into, you guys stay here. You can't go home yet. We're going to stop sharing and shift over into gallery mode and see what's on everybody's brain here. Any questions, comments? Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Oh, we have one. Chelsea, what's in the chat there? Anything good?
We had a question about what time trainings start. We were able to answer that, and chat's pretty quiet. I think our friends are on overdrive and overload from starting out this school year strong.
Boy, I don't blame them. This is about your last chance to get anything going here. Deanna, what's happening in Mineral Wells?
We have kids in the classroom.
What in the world?
I agree.
This early? Now,
Started yesterday.
Are you still a 4-day there?
Absolutely.
That's the way to go, isn't it?
Love it.
Well, that's surprising, but you're not the only one. There's several folks that are in school for sure. Everybody come back with a good attitude.
Yes.
That's good. That's all you can ask for on day one.
Wow, Melissa and her team started on June 4th.
Oh my goodness.
Not June 4th, August 4th. June 4th would be year round. That would be not fun.
I was fixing to say, good grief.
When do
Jacob,
y'all get out?
oh, go ahead, Rick.
When do you get out if you started today or on August 4th?
Deanne, when are y'all scheduled to get out?
Let me look at the calendar. I don't know. May 28th, 27th.
Stacy, keep that question right there and we'll talk about it in a minute. Okay, Miss Hammond is asking about opening a school store or a student cafe. Well, the cafe is really strange because if you're on campus and you are on a campus that has child nutrition, then if you serve the students, now I'm really cutting a lot off this explanation, but you gotta follow the child nutrition guidelines. So that's a little bit tougher, and that's why most cafes or most restaurants will not serve students there. And so what you want to do is on your cafes, you surely want to align yourself and visit with child nutrition before you get that up and going. However, that being said, we had a restaurant that made 60,000 a year. So you can make a lot of money at it. It can help support your culinary program. Yeah, I think Debbie's putting in there that the cafes and the restaurants are for community leaders and adults. And believe me, there's enough of them that will show up. You know, set you a good menu, supervise the prices and the ordering very closely, and you'll be great. And then on a school store, basically what you're doing is reselling there, and you're using that as far as a co-curricular type event, and probably the method of payment that the students are able to take, like PayPal or I don't think today's day and time I'd handle cash. Chelsea, any big tips on school stores?
Yeah, I would just set up that student activity account fund. I would create a process working with my business office.
A 461, a campus Yeah, don't run it out of the 865 because, and I think that's what you were saying, right, Chelsea?
I think so. Yes, sir. And
Yeah.
just don't do anything on your own. Make sure you're working with the right offices and cross collaborating with all of your different departments.
Hey, Jacob,
What was that account name again? You said 461?
yeah, you want to run it as a campus-based activity and not a student organization, not a student activity account, a campus-based activity. Because the spending rules change drastically when you go from a 865 to a 461. So use the 461.
Okay. And if I wanted to, because it's going to be at our career center. So if I wanted to do an automotive school store as well as with a cafe, would they be, there's separate 461 accounts?
Yeah. Shoot me an email and I'll send you I'll send you the samples that we have for work orders.
Okay. Okay.
You'll
Perfect. Thank
want to work that semi-exempts you from doing
hmm
if if a kid tears up a car or something, you're
hmm
semi-exempt, right? Yeah,
Yes. Okay. All right. I'll send it to you now. Thank you.
you bet. And Jacob, would you share what you put in the chat real quick?
Yeah, and this is in two districts I've been in, but the student nutrition department can claim, I think it's like 6 exemption days where we can serve students and they don't have to meet the student nutrition guidelines. So those are the days where we open up our bistro to students, and then student organizations may sell, pizza or something to students, or we'll bring a coffee truck on campus. So I don't know, it may be based on what the district, coordinates with the feds. So talk to your student nutrition people to see what y'all
And
are doing.
Jacob, that would line up with also when the elementaries do the Christmas party or the Valentine's Day party. That's all part of those exempt days, right?
I think technically, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Great point. Miss Hammond, if you're at a career center, like Birdville serves students there, and if you don't have child nutrition going on the campus, those rules become a little bit different. So, if I were you, I'd go visit a few places that are going to be similar to what you do.
Okay. Thank you all for your support, for your help.
You bet. Chelsea, did we miss anything on that?
I don't think so, but we have another great question in the chat from Tony, asking if anyone is using a CTE course PEAMS code for AP cybersecurity or AP business with personal finance, since there aren't currently PEAMS codes available that have been assigned by the state, because their high school is wanting to build that out and build it right the first time.
Well, there's no, as of current, and let me ask the group, there's not an AP cybersecurity class yet, right? That's approved by the state. Miss Tennyson, Tony, is that what you're asking? Is there a cybersecurity?
No,
Tony.
the high school's telling me that they're enrolling kids in these two courses for this year.
Well, AP is a distinction that is put out by the AP folks.
Right.
I've asked about this, Mark. And so right now, Texas does not have a state PEAMS number for AP cybersecurity, AP networking, or AP business with personal finance. Our district awards extra weight on AP classes for overall GPA. And so that's enticing for kids. And we would be excited to offer some AP classes in CTE. But right now, there's nothing assigned from the state level. Of course, they say you can teach the curriculum in your cybersecurity, your capstone class, or you can teach the business with personal finance. There was actually a session at CTAT this summer, and they recommended teaching it in your principles class, but you can use the curriculum, but it's not considered AP until the state gives us a state ID number.
Yeah, it exists on the AP website, but Texas doesn't have an AP service ID number that I know of.
It doesn't.
Yeah. And so but whether or not your district gives GPA points is the district decision. And
Now,
so you,
Mark, also we have to remember that AP business and personal finance class, TEA is not promoting that is going to be under the CTE umbrella. It's going to be under the social studies umbrella as personal finance.
yes, yeah,
Just FYI. And that's what we did. We piloted the cybersecurity class and taught it under just the capstone of cybersecurity.
yes, and that makes sense now. And that's what every district is doing, just using the regular cybersecurity. Now, Renee, that's good info about the social studies. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, Diana Weber talked to us about that at CTAT, and I thought we were past that. We are not past that.
And of course, the state board, I never thought that they would move that personal finance over into CTE, but they may, we keep hearing rumors that could still come up.
Well, what they're actually saying right now about that is that there's not enough personal finance in that AP course to justify offering it as the required personal finance that social studies teaches. So that
That's a mess.
they're asking either for it to be rewritten or so that I don't think Texas knows where it's going to land.
Right. But SBOE is pushing back big time on it being a CTE class right now.
Yes, right.
And
So they need to rewrite it so that it is. That was what College Board designed it to do. So, and all the teachers that are teaching the AP institutes are all CTE business teachers. So not social studies teachers.
so we
And
have a course
it-
titled Business, but it's not going to be a CTE class that goes in the business.
program
Not right
study,
now.
yeah.
They're hanging their hat on that personal finance and it falls under the economics.
That
Right.
makes so much sense.
Always.
You know, though, that CTE is not the only people down there lobbying and putting their finger in pies. Social studies has a lobby too, and we'll just see how it lands. I can't imagine. Originally, I couldn't imagine the social studies folks giving that up, but then we started hearing rumors that, the SBOE was kind of looking at some of that. We'll see. And Chelsea and I both watched the SBOE agenda pretty darn closely, and as soon as that rears its head, we'll get with you guys. Chelsea, have you seen anything on the SBOE agenda recently?
Not related to that. I'll have to go back and scour for that.
Yeah.
And then if anyone can reach out to Tony directly and maybe share what it is that y'all do if you're implementing those courses, so that way he has something to go back to his high school campus and say, here's what our peers across the state are doing. Tony just dropped his email in the chat.
Yeah, Tony, just because you guys give it additional grade points, you may be calling it locally AP, but it's not going to have an AP number like AP Computer Science has an AP number. Well, it's not going to have that yet.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Ms. Full and Renee. That was good info. You guys are on top of it.
And I think, Mark, if I may, this is a really great example of how you can advocate with your stakeholders directly because it's impacting you, right? You have State Board of Education members that represent you. And so, Tony, if this is something that you made contact with your representative and just explained, or then you could potentially move the needle and get that support.
Even if, because that personal finance is a graduation requirement, they're still going to have the 26 credits. So even if it falls within a program of study, at the end of the day, you still have to have 26 credits. Just like if you take anatomy and physiology and use it for your science and in one of your health science programs of study, you still have to have 26 credits to graduate. All right, fantastic. Any other good topics? Those are good ones.
I want to go back to Megan's question. She asked, did educational aid officially change to 17 years old? And I know that Bina is on here. It did, but I'm not seeing that updated on their educational aid FAQ website or anything like that. So I will work to find it actually in writing to best support you. So that way you have it.
I'm with you, Chelsea, though. It is official. They announced it at conference and they announced it in a TA newsletter. So that, believe me, they don't send out it in the TA newsletter unless it's Pat.
Did they change it to 17 or did they actually just remove the
They
date
removed
requirement?
they removed the 18. Right. They removed the 18, and as long as you meet the other qualifications, you're good to go. Ashley put in there that she thinks it took place on August 2nd. That'd be August 1st, 2nd is typical.
Has there been any guidance, the change that's being made in ARD committees? Which I believe the last date for comment was possibly the 2nd, or the last date they were reviewing it was August 2nd.
You're gonna have to coach me up on that one. I didn't know what they were doing.
Let me find it in my email. It basically removes the requirement for that somebody cannot fulfill 2 roles on the committee.
Oh, that'd be a
And the
big
way
step.
that our CTE teachers, when considering initial or continued placement of a student in a career and technical education, a representative of CTE who has knowledge about the availability of CTE programs offered, who may be a member of the committee described in B, general education teacher, and D, a representative of the school district.
So
And
they can
so
do both. Is that what it's saying?
they can do both, which means it would not technically require a CTE teacher to be present in every single ARD.
Well, that's not the way I'm hearing that. When you read that, I'm hearing it. You still have to have a CTE teacher, but they could also sign as the general ed.
I see it as the general ed or the representative of the district can sign as CTE.
Well, that's a federal requirement. Let us look into that for you, Rick, would you?
I'll tell you,
Would
it's
you
Texas Admin Code 89.1050C. I'll put it in the chat.
89, 89 what, Rick?
89.1050C.
Mark, we received an update from our SPED attorney last week and they kind of went through that too. So
So that's,
hopefully it gives us some more flexibility.
Did they give you the same insight?
Yeah, that the way that we were interpreting it and the attorney was interpreting it was, well, okay, maybe that could be a counselor that's already going, but we just need to document that we've trained them on CTE programs of study and whatnot.
oh,
Okay.
that will be a lot more flexible. I hope,
I'm working with our CT or SPED director to train the ARD facilitators.
Mark, I'm happy to reach out to Erica, who worked with the TEA Special Education Department to create that CTE SPED FAQ document. Obviously, it's going to need to be updated to reflect this change, but I can work with her to see when that FAQ will be updated and what their interpretation of that is.
what if we get that, once we get that nailed down through a TEA response, we'll send that out as a fast forward. We'll put that on a special email.
Thank you, because the proposed effective date's August 2nd. That's the proposed effective date.
Yeah. No.
Comments closed in May.
And Chelsea, you're going to email Erica. But don't look for it tomorrow because, you know, their responses. I'm going to be shocked if they remove a CTE representative from the ARD meeting, but that'll sure help out bunch of
Are we
teachers.
still recording?
No, yes, we are. Hang on a second. We'll flip it off there. All right, any other questions during the open session here? Just for the recording, it looks like that Hayes and Pine Tree are both interpreting it the same way, their attorneys and SPED department. And so Chelsea and I are going to reach out to TEA, and as soon as we get that nailed down 100% with a TEA response, then we'll send that out as a special. All right. So any other comments, quotes? Rick, will you forward me that email too? So we can reference it. All right. Any other hot topics? Melissa, is that different than what's been in there in the FAQ?
Yes, I just looked at number 3. It says that no, a student does not have to be 18 years old. So they must have updated that. But I can't find a date on the document anywhere. So
yeah,
they must have updated it. But number 3 says that they no longer have to be 18.
Yeah, gotcha. I thought that was the SPED one. I'm sorry. Yeah, got it.
No, sorry.
No, yeah. Yeah, we knew that, or we were pretty sure that was a done deal. All right, thank you. Thank you, Melissa, for sending that. All right, any other questions, comments? Going once? Then we are going to stop recording and hit the Slack mode. And we appreciate you guys and appreciate you guys that turned over to watch it on YouTube. What I thought was going to be boring turned out to be pretty eventful. So thank you guys, and we'll see you next month. The recording stopped.